Hi, everyone. Welcome in. My name is Carrie Arnold. I am the broker development representative here with Seller Shield. I am coming to you live from Austin, Texas. If you wouldn't mind, everybody just send me a chat or send a chat to everybody letting us know where you're joining us in from today while we give everybody a few minutes to jump in. Welcome Ada, welcome Hugo, welcome Vanessa. Looks like we have Austin, SoCal, North Carolina in the house. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Las Vegas. Welcome Bambi. Excited to have you guys on today and teach you more about Seller's Shield. We'll get started here in just a moment. Just wanted to give everybody a couple seconds to get logged in. San Diego, awesome, welcome. Just got back from there, beautiful place. Awesome. All right, guys. Northern California, good morning, Melissa. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully everybody can jump in and kind of connect at the same time. But welcome again. My name's Carrie Arnold. For those of you who just jumped on, I am the broker development representative at Sellers Shield. And we are excited to be an eXp Solutions partner and looking forward to showing you guys how to protect yourself, your sellers, and your listings. So in the comments, how many of you guys have ever gotten back a disclosure that was incomplete, you can't read it, like chicken scratch, or even just flat out wrong, like they're missing questions. They have to come back and ask you, how to fill something out. Who has gotten that? If you have listings, you do listings. Have you ever gotten questions? Awesome. Vanessa, Kelly say yes. All of the above. Yes. So it's very common, guys. These disclosure forms they're tricky. They're huge. There's a lot of questions, a lot of information. And if you've never sold a house or, even seen one of these forms, it can be really overwhelming. So that's where the disclosure dilemma comes in. So your seller, like we just talked about, calls you with every question. They don't know what a sump pump is. They don't know if they should disclose that plumbing issue that happened 3 years ago. And the problem is that you guys really aren't supposed to be giving them any information. Legally, that's just not a good idea. But when the forms come back incomplete or wrong, then a lawsuit happens a year later. And then guess what? You guys are drug into that dispute, which obviously is unfair. And you think to yourself, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't help them with this disclosure form, but the buyer is upset. It's a year later, something happened that they don't agree with. And so they're going to drag everybody into that dispute. As a matter of fact, 95% of claims that come in from post-sale disputes are specifically related to that disclosure form. That's huge, you guys. That's almost every single dispute. So what if you guys could send out one link and get back a perfect disclosure form every single time? I have good news for you. You can. That's what our gold standard disclosure process does. It takes the exact same state forms you guys already use. So we partner with the Board of Realtors in your specific state, and we just digitize it and make it interactive. So kind of like a TurboTax. So make sure that you guys get back a 100% complete and signed form every single time. So no more having to go back, chase your sellers, tell them they're missing a page. There is tons of definitions, tips, examples, like I said, kind of like a TurboTax for that form. And then again, it's easy to read. Everything is digitized. So easy to use, a better user experience for your sellers and for you as the agent. So how it works is that you will send your seller a link, and it will take you less than 90 seconds to send them the invite. All you have to do is put in their name, email address, property address, information, and then it sends an email to your seller letting them know that you have requested they fill out their property disclosure using our forms. They complete everything online with, like I said, they're guided through it, gives them tips, definitions, examples, stuff they might have to come back and ask you. Our form is designed to answer those questions for them. And then at the end, you guys get back a 100% complete and signed form every single time with digital proof that you did not assist them in filling out this disclosure form, which is huge. It's where you want to be if there does happen to be any disputes that arise. We are also integrated directly into SkySlope, which makes the process even easier and more seamless. So when you go into, if you use SkySlope and you go in to send your disclosure forms, you can send them directly through Seller Shield. So let me show you a video real quick on exactly what your seller sees whenever they are filling out the disclosure form. Okay, it's loading. Just 1 second, guys. Sorry, give me just 1 second. Here it goes, I think. Coming up. All right, well, I'm going to come back to that so that I don't have to keep you guys on the line. I'll come back to this and show you what the seller sees here in just a moment. But so what you're going to get back every single time, like I said, on the right-hand side, you can see, oh, wait, hold on. Let me make sure I'm in there. Yeah, okay. On the right-hand side, you can see a 100% complete and signed form. It's neatly formatted, it's digitally signed, and it's ready to go in your dashboard. And if you're using SkySlope, it will be ready to go in your forms in SkySlope as well. So no more incomplete forms, no more illegible handwriting, no more chasing the sellers to re-sign or actually fill out a question properly, and no more missing pages. Okay. And then this brings me to our next product, which is our home sale legal protection. So unfortunately, even if your seller fills everything out correctly, discloses everything, there's digital proof that you guys did not help with anything, people can still sue. It's a litigious environment out there. And unfortunately, you can't prevent every single dispute. As a matter of fact, we have seen a trend in claims going up 38% nationwide this year. And we had an actual dispute come from Seller Shield that was a plumbing dispute. The seller actually did disclose everything correctly, and they were still sued post-closing for $228,000 in plumbing damage. So it does happen, guys. Like it's kind of like fire insurance. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it can be detrimental to you and your seller. And then this could also help you. So this is kind of a blurb right here. I'm setting you up with legal protection that you can use to send to your seller, letting them know that this is a way you can, make yourself competitive in the market by saying that I'm offering you this protection that the agent down the street isn't offering. So it's just a more comprehensive, better user experience. Like I said, most of the time the sellers purchase this, but some of our agents do choose to purchase this for their sellers as like a post-closing gift, or even just a way to win listings, like I said. But all of our pricing is listed on our website, so you can see the seller and the agent pricing. For the agents, we do offer quite a big discount because we work directly with you guys. If the seller does purchase this, though, or you purchase this for your seller, at the first sign of trouble, even just a verbal threat, we would jump in. We would hire them a local expert real estate attorney. We would provide them support from start to finish, and we would pay up to $75,000 of their legal defense fees. All of our packages are very reasonable and typically cost less than a 1 hour of legal consultation. So highly recommend at least just sending the disclosure form to your sellers, and they can decide if they want to purchase it. It's just you doing your fiduciary duty to let them know they have the option as well. And then, so just kind of recap again, one, it's a part. You can be the agent that provides this comprehensive protection for your sellers that the other agents do not. So it can set you apart. It also reduces your liability. So again, like I said, it creates that clear record that the disclosure process was handled by that seller and not by you. So if a post-sale dispute does arise, you are far less likely to be drug into that or even have anything to do with that. And then, like I said, you are fulfilling your fiduciary duty, and it proves, that you are exceeding your obligations to the seller by providing them with this comprehensive protection. So it does, again, protect your clients, protects yourself, and it can help you stand out. And then this is our QR code for you to scan if you have not yet signed into Seller Shield. You can also go to sellershield.com/exp. This tool is completely free to use, guys. The only thing that costs anything is if the seller chooses to purchase the protection or you purchase the protection for them. But the tool itself is free. Again, just the tool itself is protection, and it will help your sellers fill out that disclosure form so they don't have to come back and involve you in that disclosure process. Let me go back to my video real fast and see if I can get that to load so I can show you what the seller sees. Let's see, just 1 second. If I that, I will go ahead with some questions. Kelly, do we use this one we have purchased before closing? Anytime up until closing, this can be purchased. So even if your sides in the beginning, they don't want the protection, and then a week before closing, they want the protection, they can purchase it anytime up until closing. Another question I get asked frequently is, well, what if the seller purchases the protection and then the listing falls through? We will refund the client. So they will just want to reach out to our support team, which all of our support information is on our website, which I believe is going to be posted in the chat, and they'll be refunded. So there's really no negative to purchasing it prior, because if it falls through, we'll refund the money. But great questions. And I'm not sure if my video is going to load. So if anybody has any questions while we're in here, and then if it loads, I'll play it while we're answering questions. But thank you guys for questions, and thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Let's see if it's gonna play. Does anybody else have any questions? While we're sitting here, I will give you guys a few facts. The majority of claims that we see coming in through Seller Shield come in between months 10 and 14. So just a fun fact there. On the app, do we use EXP login? There is not an app, so it would just be our website, so sellershield.com, unless you're speaking about SkySlope. Can you explain further? It's just sellershield.com. And then, yes, you would use your EXP email address when you log in. And same for SkySlope. Pricing, big question, Melissa. So pricing is all on our website, but I will give you a 2-year protection package that covers $75,000 in legal defense fees is $329 for the seller, $329. But if you want the 4-year protection, or you want to look at the agent pricing, just go onto our website. All of that is listed there. Again, sellershield.com/exp. And I see that Teen did post it in the chat as well. Okay, I think it's going to play. I think my video might play. Let's see. Maybe. Is there promotional material we can use for listing appointments or in our listing presentation? Yes, great question, Kelly. I have promotional flyers. Let me, I don't know if I can send this over to you right now. If you send me an email, I'm going to put my email in here. I will get that sent over to you. If anybody wants promotional materials, send, you can also find this on our website too, but I'm happy to send it directly to you. If you want to send me an email, I will get that sent over to you right after this presentation. And I thought it was going to play. Oh, here it goes. It's playing. Okay, good. So, well, it's not coming through over here for some reason. I don't know if my video is going to work for this because it's going to a different page. Let's see. I don't know. Sorry. Trying. Okay. I'm not familiar with your program. Does Seller Shield apply to residential transactions or closings? Yes, only residential properties. We do not do commercial listings at this time, so our protection is for residential. Great question. Thank you, Alex. Anybody else have any questions for me? Got Thanks, Alex. So the tech that implements with SkySlope is free. Correct. Yes. The tech, so the platform that answers questions, that gives them definitions, tips, guides them through, make sure you guys get back a complete and signed form every time, is completely free. The only thing that costs anything is if the seller chooses to purchase protection or you purchase the protection for them. Great question, Melissa, this is a one property purchase, not something that just generally covers the agents. It's the sellers on the one property. Correct, Melissa. So this is protection for the seller and it is per purchase. So, and it doesn't matter of the purchase price. It could be a $8 million home or a $300,000 home. The price remains the same if they choose to purchase protection. If they do the 2-year, it's the $329 every single time, no matter the purchase price. Great question. I'm going to see, guys, if I can share my other screen with you so I can give you the full rundown here. 1 second. Yeah, here it is. Okay, I'm going to show you what this looks like. So you can see here, this is the email that your seller receives. You can see that it's just letting them know. Oh, I guess that didn't go through. Here, it's coming through. Here we go. So you can see that this is the email the seller receives. It's letting them know that you as the agent are requesting they fill out their seller's disclosure through Seller Shield. Then they will be taken to this page where they will set a password so they also have access to the dashboard where they'll fill everything out. The first few slides are going to educate them about the disclosure process, letting them know that even with accurate disclosure, buyers can still sue sellers. Then they will see all of these things that people get sued for. This is where they are offered the option to purchase protection. You can see they can always select no protection. When they're going through, this is where you can see the little weight. That is where we have industry experts have gone through and flagged where we see common problem areas causing lawsuits. The definitions is where the hammer is. You can see there's tons of those, guys. There's thousands of definitions. They have to answer yes or no or unknown to every single question. They can't skip a question. They can't move around. You can see on the left-hand side, they'll be able to see all of the sections, the percentage they've completed. And then at the top, there is a legal tip sheet and a video that stays stagnant throughout the whole process that they can use as well. Let's see what it's doing here. So, and then once everything is signed, dated, initialed, then both you and the seller will receive a PDF copy emailed to you, as well as it'll be housed in your both the seller and agent dashboard, and it will be in SkySlope if you're using it through SkySlope. Okay, let me answer some more. Lisa, if the seller forgets to disclose a material fact and gets sued, does your protection still apply? Yes, Lisa, if the seller purchases the protection, we cover any buyer-seller dispute. Now, we don't indemnify. So if the seller was found to be wrong and they, didn't disclose that there was a crack in the foundation and they have to pay for that, we're not paying for the foundation crack. We don't want to encourage them to lie on that disclosure form, but we will still be their attorneys and still protect them throughout that. So do we generate forms? Oh, sorry, hold on. So do we generate the forms through SkySlope or Seller Shield? If you use SkySlope, you can do it directly through SkySlope. If you don't, you can go directly through Seller Shield. Either way is completely fine. We just integrate through SkySlope, so it's just an easier transition if you're already using that platform anyways. Hugo, is this protection have a time limit after closing? Yes. So we have two packages. We have a 2-year and a 4-year. So if they purchase the 2-year, it will cover 2 years protection. If they purchase the 4-year, it will cover 4. So the protection is only for the period purchased. Yes, correct, Sandy. Yes. So it is either 2 years from closing or 4 years from closing. Great questions, though. Let me stop this and let me go back to my other page so that I can show you guys the QR code for those of you who have not. Okay, hold on. Okay, so just to go back to that again, here's the QR code for you guys that have not yet scanned it, or if you have not been able to go in and set up your password. And then let me go to here, how to sign up. Not able to do so by then, or the computer link. You can go directly to sellershield.com/exp, which Teen posted above in the chat. You can sign up there. You can also scan this QR code and you can go to agents where it says sign up for free, and you can do it there. Also, if you have a listing right now, you can do it directly through SkySoap and it will have you set your password there. Okay, Melissa, as an agent, do we purchase this program so our clients can fill out their disclosures? Then the sellers have the option to purchase the protection. So Melissa, as an agent, you do not have to purchase anything. You just send your sellers the link to fill out their property disclosure through Seller Shield. That is completely free for you, for the brokerage, for your sellers. Through the platform, when they're filling out the residential property disclosure, they will have the option to purchase the protection, which is the 2 or 4 years. I hope that answered your question. Thank you, Teen, for posting the XP or our site again. She just did it again. So yes, it is a win-win, guys. It's a no-brainer. It is there to help protect you guys and protect your sellers, and it's free. So there's really no reason to not use it. Through the platform, your seller has, again, like I said, that option to purchase the protection, but it is optional. They can select no protection, and we never request their information or contact them separately. Great questions. Anybody else have any questions? Thank you guys so much for being interactive and joining in, asking questions. I really appreciate it. I did put my email address up above too. So if anybody has any questions once they get off of this chat or once we get off of this webinar, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm always happy to answer questions. I'm always available. If you have any issues once you get logged in or just anything you need to be walked through, I'm also happy to walk you guys through stuff. Karen, if they select no protection as an agent, can I purchase at close? Great question, Karen. Yes. So both you and the seller will have the option to purchase the protection anytime up until closing. So if at the beginning, Karen, you purchase the protection for your seller, they won't also be offered to purchase. But if you don't, then they will be offered the option. And then if they don't, then either one of you could purchase it up until closing. Great question. Anybody else? Anything? No question is too small, too big. Feel free to ask. Happy to help out. All right, guys. Well, if no more questions, I really appreciate your time today. I look forward to working with you guys. I hope you scanned the QR code. I hope that you have gone to our site, checked it out. You can even send yourself a test invite if you want to see exactly what it looks like for your sellers. But if anything comes up, again, don't hesitate to reach out. We have a customer support team that's amazing. They're available 24/7. And then my information is above. But I look forward to working with you guys, and you all have a great afternoon. Thank you.